tried to rob us, you'd got your dumb ass smoked.
Wow.
It wasn't like, no, we ain't out there dilly like that, like a nigga just about to walk up like, hey, compromise your jury. Like, no, we gonna blow your dumb ass down.
If y'all want the murder rate to go fucking down, why y'all make a fucking state for straight grade niggas, straight hitters, and let us just kill each other. Let us just go dumb, you hear me? And if the other ones kill outside of the state lines, the government get to kill them or kill y'all.
Niggas try to glorify bullshit. Like niggas try to glorify soft shit. Niggas try to glorify niggas that ain't that. Niggas that's flaw.
Two people were shot inside of a Houston restaurant, but the name everyone keeps bringing up didn't fire a single shot. This story isn't about who pulled the trigger, it's more about the series of events that led to it setting off. Now, if you've been on the internet lately, you've probably seen the headlines. A shooting inside of a Houston restaurant left a bloody scene and rappers was caught in the middle of it. One name that keeps coming up is J. Prince Jr. But what actually happened that night? Because once you really break this down, this isn't just random. This is more about power, loyalty, and how one decision can change someone's life forever. On April 8th in Houston, Texas, at a spot called Confessions on Kirby Drive, it was late night around 11:30, and inside that building, multiple worlds collided. Before we even get into the shooting, you're gonna need a firm understanding of who's involved. First, we got J. Prince, son of James Prince, one of the most powerful figures in hip-hop history. The man behind Rap-A-Lot Records, Ghetto Boys, Scarface. In Houston, that name carries weight, not just in music, but in real life. So it's fitting that his name is J. Prince Jr. because he did not build that name, he was born into it. And ever since then, he's been trying to live up to something that he was never actually built for to begin with, which is probably why his name keeps showing up in situations that has nothing to do with music.
I mean, the best advice that I can give him is to always go for what you believe in.
And watch J. Prince close the elevator on a nigga.
Bro, he's a bitch ass nigga. He been a bitch ass nigga.
They said 3 ran
Jay Prince
too.
been rich his whole life, man.
He's been a bitch all his life.
Nigga, we know when niggas flow when we deal with them in the streets. We know when a nigga flow. Like, we understand that they flow.
J. Prince Jr. Jr. is a trust fund baby. He's trying his hardest to live up to the reputation of his father.
But I'm telling y'all, J. Prince don't run shit in Dallas. Mob ties is just some bullshit. It ain't no mob ties, nigga.
Because y'all got sent off by J. Prince Jr. J. Prince Jr. was supposed to be the one to take the chain. He the one that's in tour with him. He the one that's mad because he cracking his baby mama.
As of today, it's a lot of successful people around us. So utilize the people that you have around you.
J. Prince Jr. is single-handedly tarnishing the reputation and tarnishing the image and tarnishing the legacy of everything that his father built because he's trying to be something that he is not.
Junior's so lame. He the type of nigga come and get you, got you thinking y'all finna go to the club, and take you to some smoke.
My little nigga from Mississippi smacked the fuck out of Junior. Junior came with that drug shit like he all that. Whoa! Oh my grandma, boy, we don't even play like that. Shit, I would never do that. Get what Junior said? Nigga flew to the door. That nigga flew to the other side of the door on my grandma's grave. Flew. Nigga, what the? I like that little nigga right there. Yeah, I like that little nigga. I know you do like him. Oh, my grandma, I know you do like him.
Hey, Fredo, what's wrong with this weirdo? This nigga tripping. Man, I got in the game by myself, though.
We all did.
Nah, I didn't.
I said we all did.
Nah, you didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Nah.
Yeah, we've been doing this for over 35 years.
His daddy went left on him, called him out his name, tender dick, bitch ass nigga. You got the takeoff shit going on. You got this shit with this jeweler. You got this shit with this security guard dead in the parking lot behind these boxing twins. And now this shit behind a bitch.
Then there's Allstar JR. Not the type you hear about for the music, but the type you hear about when things start going left.
You brought this on yourself, man. Now, Allstar JR, he's no slouch. I've interviewed him before, been around him a few times. He pressed me before.
Was he known for stepping on shit back in Detroit? Because, goddamn. JR come from a situation, he originally from the east side of Detroit, and he was down with the west side rap crew, but he been through a lot, man. He just got shot in the face, I think about 3 or 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? He just took a head shot and a couple other shots a couple years ago. So he ain't never been the kind of motherfucker that was a pushover. He ain't never been the kind of motherfucker that you can just walk up to and say anything to or do anything to. He come from the streets, he been in the streets.
He posted something and he said I had to shoot to the D and get some new ice cause my man Ben 10 took some of my stuff to the hospital with him. What?
He's from Detroit and came up around T Grizzly. He built a name for himself doing more than just rapping, the kind of person who doesn't talk much but shows up when it's time to apply some pressure. Now last but not least, we got NBA Ben 10 in the mix. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Young boys people, not just affiliated, but really a part of that circle. Not the type of name you overlook, which makes what happened to him hit different. 3 different circles, all in the same place. Now here's where things turn. This didn't start inside of a restaurant. It started a lot earlier. And according to reports, it traces back to something that we've all seen before. A woman. Allstar JR's baby mama to be exact. J Prince Jr. had been seeing her for the last few months, which created tensions between her past and what she's stepping into next. Because now you have 2 different worlds colliding. Posts were made back and forth online, subliminal disses were thrown, tension was building. It's not exactly clear who made the first move, but it was already heading somewhere. Then a video surfaces, and this is where things get interesting.
I want him to know that you moved on to bigger and better things. Hey man, he a cheater, y'all.
Oh shit. That's mob shit.
Nigga, she made it.
Oh. Hey, you are.
She made it.
Trust the process.
Hey man, I'm glad you left her alone. Or I'm glad y'all had differences. Because I'm the difference now.
Trust the process.
J Prince Jr. is on camera making her do something that she does not look comfortable doing. Look at her face. Listen to what he's saying. He's not talking to the camera. He's talking to Allstar JR. Now at first, I just thought it was a weird video, but with context, it feels like something else. A message, a power move. Because it's not about what's happening on camera, it's what it implies. There were some rumors going around, some serious ones from bloggers involving the abuse of a child. Nothing confirmed, but it was spread by a lot of hip-hop YouTubers. But then, there is another story that kept coming up, which I believe a little bit more. J Prince was trying a little bit too hard to enforce the stepfather figure for a child that was not his. This version of the story paints a different picture, one where boundaries were crossed, and you know Allstar JR wasn't accepting that, he wasn't having it. This is the kind of tension that can only happen in a family dynamic, the type of tension that doesn't stay online, it waits, and then it shows up. Now, fast forward to the present day. It just so happened to be OG3's birthday, another high-ranked NBA member, and according to accounts, they were seen conjugating in the parking lot together. People started showing up, Mob Tie affiliates, NBA members, Ben 10 himself, and they all entered the restaurant. Now, I'm assuming Allstar JR peeped game and began to feel the pressure. To avoid a problem, he called for the check and he was on his way out to the elevator. But then, it went down. A group approaches him, multiple people, they surround him, they start swinging. Chains is grabbed, chairs is thrown, chaos. At that moment, it looked one-sided. One man versus a group, no way he walks out. And everything changes. A gun hits the floor, and Allstar JR caught the fumble. Just like that, it flips. It ain't so fun when the rabbit got the gun. 2 shots was fired, and 2 people was hit. One shot hit multiple times in the torso, another hit in the arms and the legs. Both critical, but Allstar JR was untouched. Police and the ambulance arrived within hours. Social media connected the dots within minutes. One of the victims, Ben 10, was in the ICU. Reports start circulating, permanent damage. Is he paralyzed? Is he on life support? Nothing confirmed, but one thing is clear. Ben 10 is still alive.
You know the health kit. But you know, getting the facial, the fucking hospital. You heard me feel a banging, nigga, free the gunners. Scary.
I love the fuck out of you.
What the for the NBA 4K trade. I lost a little weight, but you know, I'm back on my protein. You feel me? Don't play with a real screen nigga like me. Yeah.
But one of the more controversial moves were made by Allstar JR. On the very next day, he comes to Instagram to celebrate in a jewelry store. Caption in the picture, had to shoot to the D and get some new ice, cause my man's Ben 10 took some of my stuff to the hospital with him. Sending direct shots wearing a shirt that read "Unplug that bitch ass nigga." Oh lord. This escalated obviously with JR posting more posts, more disses, really popping his shit, directly calling out Jay Prince, with him even adding him, telling him that the mob was untied. This is not just disrespect, that's a challenge to an entire power structure. Meanwhile, Jay Prince did the opposite. He disses himself from the entire situation with this long post that I refuse to read, saying that he had nothing to do with it. He claims that Ben 10 acted alone and he was just there to attend a birthday dinner. The disrespect took it to the furthest level when Allstar JR took it a step forward and started a challenge in which he's mocking Ben 10 by laying down on the ground on a stack of cash, twitching, offering anybody 20K for them to do the same. This caused a flood of kids doing the challenge, laying down on the floor, mocking Ben 10. And it looks like all that trolling got him locked up, because just a few days ago, Allstar JR was the only person in the case to be picked up by federal authorities in connection to this shooting that left Ben 10 paralyzed. On April 17, 2026, an FBI agent filed a criminal complaint in the Southern District of Texas accusing Allstar JR of possession of a weapon as a felon. Reports claim that they found NBA Ben 10 on the ground inside with a gunshot wound to the neck. There was a visible trail of blood leading from the dining room area into the elevator where a large pool of blood was found. The trail continued into the parking lot where officers located another victim, dead end Rond, who had been shot multiple times in his hands and legs. Both victims were taken to the hospital while Allstar JR had fled the scene before the police arrived. At the scene, officers recovered a black Glock 43X handgun along with a holster and a 10mm shell casing, because that specific gun comes standard with a 10-round magazine. Investigators concluded that the weapon had been fired until it being empty, meaning every shot was used. NBA Ben 10 was shot first and collapsed almost instantly. Based on the description, the first shot is believed to be what caused his paralysis. Allstar JR then fired additional shots at the others involved as they began to run away, but what made this situation even more severe and a little bit more complicated legally is what happens next. After firing at the group, Allstar JR reportedly returned to where Ben 10 was lying, stood over him, and shot him again, almost ending his life, but the clip emptied before he could do it. When the gun ran out of ammunition, he attempted to continue firing, but he just simply could not, so he instead pistol whipped him and spat on him. Afterward, he wiped down the weapon and hid it behind a hostess stand before leaving the scene. A bystander was also hit by gunfire but survived with non-life-threatening injuries. This is where the legal situation becomes a little bit more complicated. Allstar JR has a prior felony conviction from 2014 for a home invasion, which legally prohibits him from possessing a firearm. However, there is a legal exception that allows temporary possession if it's strictly for self-defense under immediate threat. There's 5 requirements for this defense, and it includes proving that he feared serious harm, he didn't provoke the situation, had no alternative, used the weapon only to stop the threat, and did not keep it any longer than necessary. Now, I believe, in my opinion, he fits a lot of those boxes. Even if he was defending himself, he could still face up to 15 years in federal prison simply for handling a weapon as a convicted felon. Or he could tell the truth on what really happened, which is what I think the federal authorities want him to do. But technically, in order for him to come home free, he would have to admit that he was being robbed, which many people can foolishly claim is snitching. They want Allstar JR to remain silent and take it to trial, when in reality, when someone acts in self-defense, you have to be 100% truthful. Yeah, Allstar JR could possibly fight the case, but ultimately, the outcome will depend on how the courts interpret both his actions during the incident and his behavior after. Now, if you ask me, I think this is just a big ploy just for the FBI to go after the Prince family. I mean, they are highly sought after. And the rumor is they want J Prince and J Prince Jr. locked up. So now the question is, did Allstar JR take it too far, or is his actions justified after they tried to take his life? Because legally, Allstar JR was outnumbered, attacked, and used a weapon that wasn't his. That points to self-defense. Now, I know my name is I Shoot Films and Not People, but if I was in that same predicament, I'm Jordan in the fourth. I'm taking a shot. It's either you or me. Now, as for J Prince, if he did organize it, if he did make that call, if the motive described above is true, he's cooked. You don't have to pull the trigger to be responsible. There's a little something in the federal book called conspiracy, and it doesn't help that this isn't the Prince's family's first catastrophe in hip-hop. Let's not forget whose birthday Takeoff was attending when he lost his life. And at the center of all of this is a bigger conversation. With a father like J Prince Jr. could have been anything. A CEO, a businessman, but instead, he would rather be a gangster. Taunted a real gangster and got two people smoked. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Allstar JR launched his career off of this. He's already started the Ben 10 challenge and got all these little niggas lying down, twitching on the floor. Now they calling him Defensive Player of the Year? These Detroit niggas is something else. It would be a nigga born in Michigan to pull off a double streak in real life. How you choose to rob a nigga with half a ear from Detroit and shock when niggas is on life support? Come on, man. What we seeing here isn't a one-off. It's something hip-hop has been building for years. A certain type of figure, a certain type of person, shaped by money, power, and reputation. But when that power is inherited and not earned, it doesn't just exist. It gets tested, and eventually, it gets exposed. Because in hip-hop, respect isn't something you inherit. It's something you prove. You already know what it is. That's all I got for you guys today. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. My name is ISFMP, and I'm coming up with another trigger warning. I Shoot Films, Not People.